Ninja Turtle fans? It is, of course, the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to all the amazing contributions from my Optibotimus Plus channel members, we're going to be taking a look at the new NECA Toys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Colossal Chrome Dome. And for me, this is kind of a funny one, because while we have looked at other figures that have only appeared in a couple episodes, Chrome Dome was one that really, I don't even know how to describe it. In his debut episode, he really didn't even fight the turtles until like the last 2 minutes of the episode, because the turtles were whisked away to another planet where they were helping the Turtleoids, specifically Kerma, to help fight a two-headed robotic dragon thing, leaving Shredder, Krang, April all back on Earth, and April having to deal with the fact that Shredder and Krang created this guy to basically lead the foot soldiers and create a second Technodrome, although much smaller than the original. Like I said, it was kind of pointless. It was mostly a story about these guys. Now, eventually we got him again in a later episode where, like, it was like the Sinister Six, where a whole bunch of turtle villains got together to fight the turtles. But what's weird is in the debut episode of him, he gets completely blown up and destroyed. So we're led to believe that Shredder recreates him? I don't know. It's a weird thing, but again, this was another kind of fan favorite character, and in terms of an action figure, while I don't have it myself, it was a very popular one because it utilized that very cool vac chrome process. And despite the fact that he didn't really look chrome in the cartoon, the name Chrome Dome and making the action figure chrome just kind of worked for a lot of kids, I guess. For the package, much like all of them, they have that really cool VHS look. See the NECA logo right down there, Nickelodeon, all that stuff. Gorgeous art here. You got TMNT logo, Colossal Chrome Dome. It's like that's the name of kind of the episode, even though it's not. Volume 6, which I think that means it's like the 6th deluxe figure. Same thing on this side. Come around the back of the package. And again, this is kind of a weird thing. You got to read up here. There's a robotic warrior of superior intelligence. Chrome Dome was created to command the foot soldiers, as I already said, during the construction of the Technodrome Mark II, which, again, I already told you. With its impenetrable adamantium skin, Shredder designed the Colossal Chrome Dome to be utterly invincible, unless the turtles can discover Chrome Dome's vulnerable control panel. They are no match for this mighty mechanical menace. Although April tells them where it is because she finds out. But having, oh god, I forgot his name, the fifth turtle. But him and Casey, though, literally have nothing to do with him. It's so weird. Then you got a couple product shots right here, but again, this is a weird thing. When you open it, you got a little Velcro thing that doesn't work very well, but great product shot there. And then you got an open window here that fully showcases the figure as well as his accessories, although some of them I don't understand, such as the swords and the computer, because I don't recall him using the swords in his debut episode. Same thing as not including or not using a computer. Don't know why that's there. He comes with a blaster, which he did use, but I don't know. This is all sorts of weird for me. It's a new figure, so I'm excited about it, so there's that. But, for the packaging, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Chrome Dome opened up and out of his packaging. And honestly, I held this package in my hand. I could even open the package and see the figure. But honestly, none of that prepared me for just how massive this guy is. To date, this is the largest NECA Ninja Turtle figure that they have produced. And he turned out fantastic. Again, not a huge primary character, but impressive enough in terms of action figure form to really stand out. Now, starting off first with his accessories. There is some, I don't even understand some of it. First off, in addition to the two kind of clutching hands that you see on him, he comes with several other ones. You got some fisted hands right here. You have some what kind of look like karate chopping hands. There was a scene where he like had little kind of things pop out of him, but nothing's going on with that, so I'm just thinking that these are meant to be karate chopping hands. You have a right and left hand that is designed to hold his swords, which I'll get into, and then you have a right hand here that is done up with a trigger finger, which works very nicely with this gun, which is a great looking gun. This comes directly from the actual first episode, I think it was. Beautifully recreated. You can see that it's white, gray, black, gray detail on here. All the paint applications look really very nice. It is basically what you would expect from a NECA sort of accessory. But then we get to some that I am definitely confused about. So, as I said, he was only in 2 episodes. In neither of the episodes did he come with this. Now, this is a belt you can put on him. When he comes in the package, it's actually attached to him. I just took it off. You just got these little pegs right here. It's a softer rubber. You got the little sheath sort of thing right here. The problem, though, is he never used this. He never had this in the cartoon. And all of the NECA figures are based off of the cartoon. So this is really weird. It's very possible that it's an homage to the vintage Chrome Dome action figure, because he did come with a belt like this where you could have like some swords here, and he did come with swords. You can see you have 2 lengths of ones, and he did come with 2 different size swords in the original vintage release from Playmates. And these look great. Don't get me wrong. I love the detail on here. Again, it's that fairly brittle feeling plastic, so I don't know how well these are going to last over time. And you can take these, obviously, and you can slide these through, and you can put this around his waist. That's fantastic, except he didn't use these in the cartoon, so it's really weird that they would include this. In terms of the releases that they've done so far, I honestly have been racking my brain for the past several days trying to think of any other cartoon release figures that they've done that have come with vintage toy style accessories. I mean, this is, and these aren't even really how the vintage toy ones looked. The belt is sort of similar in terms of the design, and then instead of these short ones, they were longer, so the swords fit in there. And then the swords, I think they were like just red color or something like that. You do have a post right here, which, again, this is a softer rubber material. You do have a hole here that you can utilize that. You just peg that in there. It just kind of sits in there. It kind of just wiggles it. So you need to put that on there, but again, he never really had this holstered on him. So these are definitely weird accessories that I wonder if they're just like, there's nothing else that we can think of to include with them, so let's use these. That's honestly all I can think of. It's nice, but really, I don't really care much about those. And then he does come with a computer. Now, the nice thing about this is it does look like a fairly generic computer that you could use with, the upcoming Channel 6 set, which comes with, like, all of the Channel 6 characters, including Irma, which I'm really excited about. But specifically, this is used in the 2nd episode. Now, I talked about how I don't remember, and I still don't remember his name. He's the kid that's like known as the 5th turtle. In the 2nd episode that featured him, well, didn't really feature him, featured a whole bunch of bad guys, but he was there. That 5th turtle actually used the computer to hook up to his brain to kind of figure out what's going on. And this is that computer, which, again, looks terrific. The detail on here is phenomenal. Great detail with the paint, recreating the screen very nicely. This is how computers used to look, people, so I dig this. You have a little floppy disk drive right here, which some of you might not even know what that is. You got the keys. The only way that this could have been better is if they actually printed the letters on the keys, but they are molded and then painted, which is really very nice. All the way around, it has a tremendous amount of paint detail. So, again, nice accessory to include, which actually makes sense for the figure. These swords just don't, so it's definitely a weird one, and why they would have included that, I have no idea. Sometimes they include accessories that they intend to be used with other people, like, I forgot who it was, but it came with that gun that Trag used, but they didn't put that gun with the Trag and Granitor set, so it's cool. So I don't know if these are ones that we're going to be getting for somebody else. honestly, I can't even think of who could be using these other than like Usagi Yojimbo. But I mean, he had regular swords, not these sort of space-age metallic ones. But for the figure, this guy, like I said, absolutely fantastic. Now, the vintage toy did have a vac chrome look, which looks amazing, but that is not how he looked in the cartoon. This absolutely nails how he looked in the cartoon. And this is totally what I would hope that somebody like Super 7 will be doing when they do their Silverhawk figures. I know that's got a lot of people up in arms because those figures are not chrome like the vintage figures are. Those ones are designed to look like the cartoon, and they were shiny, and this guy looks shiny. The way that the cell shading has been done, like with the sides here and everything, it does look like a very shiny figure. And honestly, again, looks like he jumped right off of the screen. Now, I do have one minor problem. The entire figure was made out of adamantium. We saw that in the very first episode, except they ran out of it. So, the very important computer control program for this guy was protected in the back by just a regular piece of metal. You can see that piece right there. You can see how they even have it sculpted in there. I would have liked it a little bit more because in the cartoon it was actually depicted, well, for the most part it was kind of back and forth. It was depicted just blue like that, but the majority of the time it was depicted as being white, just to kind of illustrate that was his weak spot. So I really wish they would have actually painted that white. But other than that, the figure is phenomenal looking. Meant to be the leader of the Foot Clan. He does have a very Shredderish kind of look. I mean, you got the helmet kind of looking like Shredder, everything. Got the mask. I mean, all of it looks amazing. But it's the size of this guy that completely blows me away. First off, let's bring out April O'Neil, who is the human figure, but she was kind of the main human or good guy that was kind of going up against him. And that's a huge difference. I mean, I know it's not really straight on. Let me try and get it kind of straight on so you can kind of see it. That is absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me. Here is Leonardo, who is obviously going to be a little bit smaller, because the Ninja Turtles are a little bit smaller, so you can kind of see how that scales, which, again, that's kind of funny. But the largest figure that we've gotten so far, in terms of the height, is Krang. And here is Krang. And you can see, again, this guy towers over all of them, and he should. He was massive in the cartoon. So for them to create this figure, and what really does blow my mind is this is a $40 figure. He's this big, and he's $40. I mean, that just really does impress me. I mean, we've gotten other, like, bulkier figures and things like that with, you know, Leatherhead or Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, the Rock Soldiers are pretty big, but this guy is just impressively massive. All the detail that you would expect. Again, like I said, the cell shading looks amazing. Great painted detail with the blue bits, the red. All of it just absolutely terrific. I love the little wing sections here in the back. Just a super, super stellar looking figure. Articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint, but you don't really get a lot of back motion because this whole back section hits his wing. So it's kind of stuck there, but he does look down pretty decently, as he should. He can look left and right. So basically, I want to say that there's a ball joint there that facilitates all that. And look at the eyes. The eyes are amazing. You do have the pin hinge joints here for the shoulder, so you can go in and out. This section here, though, does limit things. It doesn't really fit underneath that. So that's about as far. Oh, and hold on. We have paint chipping. That's a normal thing, which is probably just the joints. It's a normal thing. If I go like that, I'll probably get more paint piece. Oh yeah. Here's more. That's just falling from. It is what it is. You can't move them forward and back. You do have a swivel at the upper part of the bicep. You do have two bends at the elbow for good range of motion. You do have the swivel and the hinge, although, oh, yeah, there we go. That does move, which is nice. All of these other ones are like frozen in place, but I'm not going to really use those, so it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, I might use the gun one because he did use the gun in the cartoon, so we'll see. You do have a ball joint here at the diaphragm, so you can get some side-to-side, some rotation, but it is on an oval shape, so it doesn't really rotate all that well. You can force it, and then I don't really think that he does have a waist rotation. That could be stuck there, but oh no, I don't think so, because his whole belt section is kind of sculpted in. So I don't think he does have a waist rotation. So all that rotation is up here. He does have hips that move forward and back. In and out does have a nice rotation up there. You do have 2 bends at the knee. It does kind of look like he's got a boot cut. You can see the cut right there, but it doesn't, it's not popping, and I don't want to force it, so I'm not going to. But you do get the rotation at the upper hip section, so you can still rotate his legs around. And then the ankles do move forward and back. They also have the hacky sack pose, and this guy actually has toe articulation, which honestly I feel is kind of pointless. I don't know why, like, really large figures always get toe articulation. It seems redundant to have that on there. But in general, I'm really very happy with this guy. He is massive. He is gorgeous looking. For a character that had 2 episodes, they went all out on this guy. There's nothing on here that's reused. It's really quite impressive, the level of commitment that they're going with this line. I don't know how much deeper you can get. I mean, we could get several other characters, and all of them just were, 1 or 2 episodes or something like that. So they seem to be fully committed to this. And I'm all in too. They've locked me in hook, line, and sinker. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As with all of these NECA TMNT figures from the cartoon, Chrome Dome here is exclusive to Target stores. However, from time to time, NECA does put them up on their website, and they've been doing that a couple times more recently. So obviously this guy is out there in a couple different places for you to pick him up. So if you are looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Once again, I want to send a huge shout out to all of you that are Optibotimus Plus channel members. You really help keep things going, and through your continued contributions, you continue to help making reviews like this and many others possible. And if you're watching this video and you would like to help support my channel by becoming a channel member, where you can get exclusive channel chat and comment emojis, loyalty badges, early access to my video reviews, exclusive channel unboxing videos, live streams, Zoom calls, access to the Optibotimus Plus only Discord, as well as the occasional giveaways like all of these guys do, then please consider becoming a member of Optibotimus Plus. And for that, all you have to do is click on that little tiny join button right down there. And finally, guys, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you all for watching and taking the time to be a kid.